An anime review of Serial Experiments Lain. Yeah, it's an old one. If you like the old style of drawing, you'll probably like this. The drawing is mostly old, but it's a little, a little newish compared to other old ones. Oh boy, I'm being Skyped now, aren't I? Hang on. Okay, now that's all settled. I was saying... Oh, never mind. Okay, now it's all settled. Let's get back to this. Made in 98. 13 episodes total. There's a sub and a dub. Well, yeah, of course there's a sub. But the dub is pretty bad. I would not recommend the dub. But it's not... If you only... Red stuff all over my desk for some reason. Like I murdered someone or something. I don't know. If you only watch dubs, I guess it's okay to watch the dub, but please don't. It's pretty bad. It's not like Planet where I will seriously come find you if you watch the dub as opposed to the sub. But anyway, if you've ever heard of the idea of taking like your soul, I guess, your spirit, turning it into a computer AI, or putting it on a computer, or anything along the lines of that, you'll like this anime. That's more or less the basic idea of this. Hold on a sec. Back again. Plans to go down this weekend to see my dad for his birthday. Yeah. And my mom keeps asking questions. Anyway, let's get a review with Lain. First we have the animation. Oh boy, hang on. I would give the animation a 9, especially for the 90s. I prefer newer animation. Like there's some newer styles. I'm not really into kaiji. Ha 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 ha. No. But for Lain, it has started to pave the way for newer animation, kind of. I mean, it's kind of a mix between both old and new, but I mean, for 98, I don't think anything was drawn quite like it, because it was starting the newer style. See, there's 2 E's in it. S-C-E. Yeah. Almost forgot about that. So I give it a 9. It's good. I'm not liking a lot of other older, like 90s and even 80s animation styles. Seem a little bit like rough to me. So for me to really like it, plus to them. Although I can't say it goes above and beyond for a 10. Now can you? Or now can I should say. Story-wise, it's challenging, because it's very like philosophy-esque. Like it really makes you think. Like there's some story, but it's not exactly like a story of like, there once was a man who walked up a hill. There was this great journey, and then he died. Later on, his kids attempt the same thing. Like, there's nothing like that in there. Like, it's... I can't tell you if I actually think there's too much of a story or not. There is at least some story. For being a film student, I definitely would say there's a story, but thinking at it from someone who's not a film student, might not think there's much of a story there. So, if you think there is a story, I would definitely give the story a 10, because I really like things that make you think. It's a very, very cool idea. I'm big in technology. You can see my self-made computer over there. Maybe I'll do a Friday video about that sometime soon for people who like computer specs. Tape just fell off the ceiling. I don't know how that happened. But if you think there's a story, 10. I really like the technology philosophy mix. Plus, I've always thought it was possible to throw your brain into a computer, and the series doesn't really say it's not possible or make you think that it's not possible. Take a philosophy class, they do make you think if it is possible or not, but it's beyond that. It goes in a higher level in this. If you don't think there's a story, more like a 5. I mean, the philosophy is still there, and it's still cool like that. There's not much of a story, you know, if you consider that not to be a story. And I got music. I would have to give it a 7. It's not that good, not that much, not that memorable. Still, it's not that bad either. I can definitely name some animes where it's pretty bad, not very good. You know, one song. I mean, you can name some animes like that, but you know, it's better than that, but worse than your average 8. I guess that'd be average in this case. I usually rate everything either an 8 or a 9. 9 being good, 8 being average. I'm weird like that, aren't I? And then lastly, we have characters, and I'm gonna have to. It's challenging because the characters are really well characterized, and I'm gonna shake the camera so much, but they are really well characterized, and aside from that, there's like no one. We have Lain. It's like her friends we see like not much. Her dad once. Her people in the internet, but that's what do you consider that a lot of characters? Consider that. Do we take this in a whole new perspective? We call it, oh, well, this is a special case. It doesn't need a lot of characters. It can only use just a couple. I don't know. But I think it does characters well, so just note your opinion could change on this, but I think characters are done quite well. I'd give it a 10. I really like the characterization of Lain, because it's very philosophical. You need characterization of someone before we can really get into a deep understanding of what they think about philosophy, right? And if you say no, then, well, whatever. Overall, wait, no, first, what does it do right? It does right. What it does right. I can't word things well today. I can never word things well. I'm bad at language. Yeah, I have an A in Japanese. I don't know how that works, but it does well. It links technology, anime, and philosophy ridiculously well, such that I'll give it a 10. Now, if you look on my anime list, I gave it a 10. For the sake of the review, I will not be giving it a 10 because one thing got a 9, one thing got a 7, 2 things got a 10. I think that's how it went, right? Music got a 9, story could be a 10 or a 5 or something. Is that right? No. Well, anyway, so regardless, everything wasn't a 10. So you know, it's not. I shouldn't give it a 10. I personally gave it a 10, but in the sake of review, I will just give it a solid 9 if you thought it had a story, and 6 if you didn't. No, not so solid 6. That is. Anime news coming up on Wednesday. There is no sequel as far as I know. I'll double check that actually. If there's a sequel, I gotta go watch it right now. There shouldn't be a sequel. Okay, fine. Don't open a new tab. Just do nothing. Okay, there we go. There is an adaptation, which I'm guessing is a manga. Yeah, it's a manga, but for the first time I've ever seen, it's not airing anymore. Go check out my bald spot. It's not airing, and also it says volumes unknown. That's really weird. Never seen that before. Well, regardless, no sequel, no prequel. And it just so happens to be 13 episodes. It did air on TV. And I really like it. If you like the philosophy from such things as The Matrix, I'm going to get really close to the camera for no reason, really far away, then you should probably like it. I know I watched The Matrix for the story, not for the philosophy, but yeah. Anyway, any suggestions for Friday videos? Tell me. Sadly, this is getting shaved because if I go down to my house, well, it's not going to go over too well with my parents. Yeah. Well, toodaloo.